Well, good morning. It is a lovely morning. And since the last time I did a video, I've cut my hair, trimmed my beard, so I'm a lot more slim looking. I've been losing weight, which I need to do, which is awesome. And I get to talk to you folks and have a conversation. When you comment back, I'm able to comment with you. But let's get into it because I have some things to say, and it's a beautiful morning. Sun's out, a few clouds, but really beautiful. But I want to take the beginning of Psalm 23. For the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. There's a lot more I could say to that. You know, there's a lot more verses. There's 6 verses total in Psalm 23. But the first one is where I really want to concentrate. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. We go through life. We go through life wanting to just be content, to be happy, to be doing what our purpose is. And sometimes our purpose is hard to find. I'm not gonna lie, it can be very hard to find. But the truth is, the purpose is what each one of us needs to find on our own. I thought at a young age that my purpose was to be in ministry, in which I'm actually in ministry now. But my purpose, I thought, was to be a pastor, a music pastor, to sing. And I sang in some churches and stuff, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. But our purpose is to serve God, more first and foremost. To be in His Word, to pray, to be in constant communication, to pray without ceasing, as it says in the Bible. Now, the big thing about that is our purpose can change over time. And sometimes it takes years to figure out what your purpose is. I had a pizza place that I worked at when I was 20 and 22. And I got very, very good at what I did. I had some fun, had some times where we all kind of frustrated each other. But I really liked it there. I have fond memories from that place. And sometimes God works in very, very mysterious ways, because I picked up a job that's part-time and it pays really well. And I want to make just a little bit more. And ironically, I went and the guy asked to be my friend on Facebook. Okay, so I added it. And I'm familiar with the place because it's decent food. It's not my favorite, but it is definitely a place I can go to from time to time where it's something different. It's in a mall. And again, God works in very mysterious ways. Because I wanted to make that extra money and I wanted to do DoorDash because I'm already signed up and I hit it from time to time, but it's just the zeal of DoorDash has really, really waned on me lately. Well, anyway, I knew a situation that the guy was in, and he runs the store, and there's a lady he worked with that he had to fire. And so he has one other guy that pretty much cooks with him, but they're pretty much doing 7 days a week, and he put a thing on Facebook saying he needed help. I said, well, I can help out. I've got experience there. For a place like that, sometimes it's extensive. So I agreed. I walked in to talk to him. He said, let's talk. So I walked in. The first thing he says, when do you want to start? I had really no desire to go back to work. But when I walked in and he said, when do you want to start? I asked, what's pay? It's not near what I want. But again, God works mysterious ways. If I pick up a certain amount of hours, which I'm still going to be around 40, 45, which is what I was working way more than that the last couple of years. I'm still going to be at the pay I want. So between both jobs and if I want to pick up extra, I still can. So I've got options to make more money than what I have now. But I try to do things so it's not based on money, because that's not my purpose. And I'm saying a lot about this job because the Lord is my shepherd. The guy is going through a hard time, had surgery, has had car problems, has had other problems. So, in a way, I kind of feel a calling to be there. I walked in, he's like, when do you want to start? How about tomorrow? So I went in Tuesday and got some hours in. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I've been praying about what God's purpose is for a couple of years now. Because every time something would start going good, I would have something bad happen. Have surgery on my shoulder. Things start looking good, I then have chest problems. I had surgery on my chest. I started coaching. Things didn't go the way that it was meant to be, for whatever reason. But I've always stayed with the ability to be able to work. Picking up different jobs. And especially when I started doing DoorDash and when I started doing Instacart and Uber Eats, I realized how much of a workhorse I can be. I enjoyed it. It was meant to be. When I had downtime, I got to know some people. I'd park somewhere and just talk. And then when I got an order, I'd go back at it. And some days I'd just stay busy. Some days I'd be sitting some for a while to just talk. And I'm like, I'm making what I want. But the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I'm giving you real life stories of where I'm at and what I think and how I feel and what I believe. Combination of a little bit of everything. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I'm saying all this because of one simple thing. I took the job. I'm going to get the pay that I want and only working 40 hours a week. That's insane. The pay I want is way more than I ever asked for, and it's at a lesser amount of hours than what I've ever asked for. My bills are covered. I'm ahead. I'm buying a whole bunch of stuff that I really probably shouldn't. Not bad stuff, just hobbies that are expensive. But God is providing. God is providing. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. A theme that I really want. Some people talk about when you look at the Bible that you got to pick and choose. I believe that the Bible is faithful. God makes promises throughout the Bible, and He guarantees you that He cannot break those promises. He cannot break those promises, because that would go against who He is. And for me, I really firmly believe that what's written in the Bible is done for a purpose. What is written in the Bible was written by man, inspired by God, directed by God, and even quoted from God. I mean, you look at Jesus, He was quoted. You look at the Old Testament, You break the Bible down into two sections, the Old Testament and New Testament. I guess I'm doing a little bit of teaching here. But you look at the Old Testament, it's a lot of history of the Old Testament times. Moses parted the water, led a bunch of people. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He wanted to go into Israel, but he was never meant to go in Israel, so he lived with that. Joshua took them into Israel, and Moses was content. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You have Jacob and Esau, the fathers of two different nations. Judaism and Christianity follows Jacob. Islam follows Esau. Pretty interesting, huh? You have Noah with the great flood. There's a lot of people that try to explain things that go against what the Bible says. I'm jumping around through the Bible here, but Elijah said, I needed to escape. Good golly, I'm starting to yawn, I'm sorry. And God gave him an out, but still let him do his ministry. But then he sent him back in. And he had full faith that what he was meant to do, he was going to do. Noah did not want to preach in Nineveh. He ran and ended up living in a whale. And at the end, he realized, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Even Jesus himself, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Jesus gave up his life, gave up his godly abilities, but yet still had the foresight. But even Jesus believed in the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He said it, he preached it. In the New Testament, it's not so much a history, even though the first four books, the prophets, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, is about history of Jesus. But the rest of it is teaching. Because Judaism follows Jacob. And Judaism still believes that God is yet to come. Judaism believes that Messiah, Jesus Christ, are two different people. Christianity follows Jesus Christ. And first of all, to say that there's no religion is hard for me to comprehend, because 80% of the world follows Jacob and Esau. 80% of the world follows a history that comes from Abraham and Noah and Adam and Eve. 80% of our religion follows that. And I think it's more like 78%, but I round up. Forgive me. But the Bible preaches on and on and on. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And it goes on to express how he leads, you know. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will feel no evil. In Psalm 23. He leadeth me down green pastures. He restoreth my soul. Just throughout that chapter, it's constant. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You know, I don't guarantee you that as a Christian it's going to be smooth sailing. It's not. He's going to let you live your life, whether it's surgeries, whether it's pain, suffering, death, jumping from job to job, or having a constant job that you are absolutely frustrated with. A job is not always meant to be enjoyable. or fun. Sometimes it's just a means to an end to provide. But you are given what you are meant to have. And people don't see the negative, see negatives and don't see the positives. But the reality is, if you have a job, you have a reason to be there. If you're a Christian, your job is to minister. That job at the pizza shop, I got a feeling that by the time it's over, it's not going to be about the job. I don't feel that I'm there because the job is the main focus. Although, I mean, obviously I'm there to do a job, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to learn it and relearn it in spots and totally learn it in others. Do a lot of things that I never did before. That's always awesome. But the reality is the fact that I'm there to minister, whether it's encouragement, whether it's teaching the word, whether it's just being a friend. Sometimes ministry is not preaching and Bible thumping. Sometimes it's just being there and let them know that I am a friend. I am somebody you can lean on when you need it. He knows about my YouTube channel and he subscribed. And hopefully, Steve, if you're watching this, you know that I'm here for you. I told you that, and I meant it. And whatever the reasoning that we're meant to be there, I'm taking it with pride. I'm doing my job with pride. And believe me, it's going to be a blessing and it's going to be fun. Whether it's me blessing you, you blessing me, God has a purpose. And I fully believe that. I'm meant to be there. I fully believe that. And we're going to be able to do just fine. We're going to profit. We're going to do good. And I'm here for you, brother. Just remember, sorry I keep yawning, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leads me down the green pastures, he restoreth my soul. At the end it says, surely goodness and blessings will follow. My friend, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You guys be blessed, and I'll see you on the next one.